Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What a privilege to celebrate a special occasion together with old and new friends. A very hearty welcome to you all. 1998 is a very special year in my diary, as it marks my 21st anniversary. Yes, believe it or not, the first order for 288 production Buffel Mark I vehicles was placed in 1977. Let's go back together and remember some of the good times and some of the disappointments we have shared together since my birth. Under Project Geisha, some research and development work was done by the Chemical Defense Unit of the CSIR. This paved the way for Project Bosvark, which was registered in April of 1976. The Defense Force required a very special kind of multi-purpose vehicle to use in the difficult terrain for which our country is famous. In addition, this ideal vehicle should be tough, able to transport an infantry section with full kit, and even pull a trailer in operational conditions. Obviously, such a vehicle would have to be well designed, so mobility trials were conducted on me and on later versions in impossible terrain. The South African Army workshops undertook the task of converting the Unimogs into Bosvark vehicles, 56 times in all. These first Bosvark vehicles were my original gene pool. All the good ideas which went into the prototype chassis were thoroughly tested in the harsh reality of conflict situations. If there were ideas or parts which did not work, they were modified. By August 1976, UCDD, Transerve and Busaf Border, together with the CSIR, had developed a mild steel prototype Bosvark Mark II. Back they all went to that awful testing ground for vehicles. My poor ancestors were manhandled and roughed up by some big bullies who were supposed to test what they were capable of. From the stories I heard, breaking those poor Bosvark vehicles up as fast as possible was probably closer to the truth. Whatever the case, more modifications were requested. Soon an order was placed for 9 prototype vehicles of armored steel. They were delivered in February 1977 at a unit cost of 7,000 rands, excluding the Unimog chassis. Of course, these vehicles had to be tested yet again. Some people are just never satisfied, and more modifications were requested. When you see how we had changed over such a short period of time, it's no wonder we were given a new name, the Buffel Mark I. A worthy namesake, even if I say so myself. Somewhere in all this melee, I was conceived because Arms Corps immediately placed an order for 288 vehicles, and I was first delivered in 1977. My skeleton was built by UCDD in East London. My body and a few finishing touches were constructed by Steelmobile in Roslyn. But I was a heavy baby. When Arms Corps and the CSIR were finished with me, I weighed in at a slinky 6 tons operational weight. From that day on, I was called the Buffel Mark 1A. I was a souped-up offspring of the drum brake version of the Unimog model 416162, and the total cost was as little as 29,958 rands. Now, that's what I call value for money. I was not only beautifully proportioned, 5.1 meters by 2.05 meters by 2.95 meters. I could also travel at 93 kilometers per hour, and I have exceptional off-road capabilities. All that testing paying off, no doubt. Now it is up to me to prove myself in earnest. I can transport a crew of up to 11 soldiers, but I also have to look after them. I have a very loyal nature, allowing crew to rely on me even in remote areas where there is no support. I offer my crew mine and ballistic protection. I carry 100 liters of drinking water for them, and I carry a light machine gun for close fire support. Together, we are an efficient team to be reckoned with. Guys, let me tell you, traveling through dense bush under the constant threat of landmines is no joke. Poor crew had to be almost as tough as I was, with the bush lashing their faces and the sun burning them to a frazzle during the day. If it rained, we were all wet through. But the nights were even worse. The tension palpable. The cold biting its way through our bodies until we were freezing to the bone. But it was all worthwhile. When we got to our destination safely, the troops would often come up to me and pat my wheels in friendship. I heard more than one whisper, "Thanks, mate. We made it." Boy, what a team we were. Of course, sometimes we did not get there all in one piece. Anti-tank mines caused us a great deal of grief. It was part of my job to bear the brunt of mine detonations and to try to spare my crew. In the process, I took some severe blows myself. But even worse, I could not always keep my crew safe. I lost some very dear human friends and Buffel siblings that way. Originally, I was designed to withstand the blast of a single 7-kilogram TNT mine. In fact, they really posed no great threat to me or my crew. But one day, they tested me with 3 mines. That was 21 kilograms TNT. Well, I survived that one, but from the blast, I lost my balance a little. And this was the reason I was fitted with that famous roll bar over my back. During operational service, we probably detonated plus minus 500 anti-tank mines, of which many were multiple mines. For those number crunchers amongst you, here are the exact statistics. Over a period of 4 years and 7 months, we transported 2,706 soldiers. In the process, we detonated 246 anti-tank mines, causing 453 of my human friends to be injured and 19 to lose their lives. This is very distressing, but at least the greater part was safe when they were traveling with me. On one occasion, we were ambushed. A British Mark 7 mine penetrated my guts, setting me on fire. 8 soldiers died in this sad incident. Mines were not our only threat. Sometimes, under mortar attack, the soldiers would take cover under my body. Man, I looked like a real broody hen protecting her chicks. On occasions, we also had to face anti-tank weapons like the RPG-7. Well, one has to be realistic, and I suppose if it is your day, it is your day. My fellow Buffels and I were doing a pretty good job. We were tough, reliable, cost-effective, and always willing to work. Did you know that a total of 2,864 of us were produced for the South African National Defence Force? After some 9 years of loyal and dedicated service, I began to hear rumours that users were no longer satisfied with my performance. Because of the changing operational threat, they became critical of my protection levels, mobility, diversity, and cost-effectiveness. I was shattered. But I encourage my fellow Buffels to keep their chins up and continue to do their best. I must admit it was hard to see that new creature, the Casper, driving around our operational area. We still carried on bravely and loyally, doing whatever we could to support our people. We carried food and water around and transported ammunition when no one else could be found to do the job. Once I ran my rear wheel on a water pump drum for several days. Without me, the camp and locals would have had no water for daily use. We also had to escort civilian convoys supplying daily human needs to the locals. This we did traveling at continuous speeds of 80 kilometers per hour over severe distances of up to 300 kilometers per day. People initiated all kinds of projects to find a suitable replacement for us. Projects like Soilder, Ilia, Sireb, Adex, Remark, Mingwe, and Felskun. Once again, they constructed prototypes, tested them, and wrote reports. The problem was that they just could not find the all-up solution that pleased everyone. So they kept on talking, and talking, and talking. Come to think of it, that just goes to show how good we really were, doesn't it? Unfortunately, we're getting a bit past our prime now. I wonder how many human years 21 years of a mine-protected vehicle's life will be. Generally, we have been well looked after and constantly repaired. Probably the most impressive repair jobs were done by 101 Workshop at Grootfontein under operational conditions. The decline in the budget often became an excuse to fit pirate parts into my organs, to skimp on proper care and servicing. This made us grow old before our time, and too many of us have already been relegated unceremoniously to the beyond economical repair graveyard. What a shame. I understand that we have been set up for disposal, and I hope that you will find a suitable alternative in Project Ambition to take over the job of an infantry personnel carrier. I've heard that the staff requirements are in the process of being approved, and then development can proceed. I know you can make it work this time. After all, there is a wealth of experience gathered throughout our lifetime, which can help you avoid technical and financial mistakes. I know the decision makers will closely monitor the project on behalf of the taxpayer. Unfortunately, the pressure to find solutions quickly is off, because our nation is at peace. I am sure all that wonderful international experience you have gained has given you a completely new perspective on vehicle design and affordability. Go for it, and good luck on this project. It's been wonderful to see you all again. Thank you to everyone who helped to make this evening possible. The fantastic exhibition set out for us brings back many memories to treasure and talk about for years to come. In conclusion, I wish each and every one of you all the very best for the future. I salute you and all those friends who could not be here with us. God bless us and our beloved South Africa.